create solutions, and those solutions will allow the world to occupy, and we'll become mentors on that subject, and we'll run our own training programs. We'll run a shop on our on passion, and that we will also create a world-class institute, if not on ground, at least on a digital platform, and then we'll play a very important role in this. This is what we have been saying since last 5 days. So today is the 6th day, and it is the last one. So I thought I should leave with you saying, what are our next steps on this? So we will take that. We'll go next. So we are looking at the 40 mighty steps that we need to take. Now, all these, some of it will go over your head. You won't know what to do. Some of you will say, no, I don't want to do this. So don't worry. If you want to, if you are serious about any of this, call back us, call Mindshare, get my number, get my email ID, and let us independently start this. Also, I'm giving you many videos, links to many videos today, so that you can also self-learn it. And we will connect you to other people who can train you. On many of these things. And everything of this is together, not available from one place. So we'll have to do it in bits and parts and join it together. So, but maybe as Mindshare, we might someday create that kind of assistance, but we are also not ready right now. But we might create that kind of network, because if sufficient people are interested, we may go in that direction. So next slide, please. So we are taking 40 mighty steps. We are saying we'll build, we'll optimize, we'll accelerate. This is our motto. We'll build something which is profitable, which is good for us. And so how do we build, how do we optimize, how do we accelerate? We'll cover that in the next many slides. Next, please. So one is, you need to get a precision on who is your customer. आप किसके लिए काम करने जा रहे हैं, किसको बदलने में हम लोग काम करने जा रहे हैं. The customer मतलब it is somebody whose life we will improve. So from non-awareness, we'll take that person to a fully satisfied, a fully effective person. So this is the customer thing we can do. So we should know who the customer is. Now that is, and we should precisely know. The biggest mistake that we all make is we talk to everybody the same language. That doesn't help. So we have to decide who, what drives, the customer, what will convert them. And this is a very scientific process. We have to do that. Next slide, please. So if you want to know what a customer is like, Canvas is this YouTube. I hope Sulfi will be sharing this PowerPoint with you. So this is a link. You can use this link. You can watch this video. You will know how to create a customer canvas. Next, please. So then after you have identified the customer, you look at the customer value journey. So you have to build out the sequence of your ideal customer. How will this person move from one step to another, one step to another, one step to another? So this is what we will do. Next slide, please. Now remember this person, Ryan Dice. Ryan Dice is the founder of Digital Marketing Global. And that Digital Global, it has so many trainings for you. So this one video that you saw, she will show you what is a customer value, and what is a customer journey. It takes 8 steps. और जब मैंने ये डिस्कस किया था, I would reduce that 8, I summarize that 8 steps into 4 steps. But Ryan Dice teaches us 8 steps a customer takes, and at each step we should be able to communicate. And how I made it into 4 hours, I combined some steps together. But if you want to learn this, this is the video you must see. Next, please. So then you should have a growth scorecard. You know, what is a growth scorecard? It is somewhere you ask the right questions. How am I progressing? Are more people watching my website? Are more people reading my blog? Are more people becoming members? Are more people subscribing to me? Are more people downloading what I send them? Are more people using it? So it's a huge growth scorecard, and you start using that effectively. So you watch that word there, key metrics. You have to identify key metrics. Again, in the internet, there is a lot of help for this, a lot of free help for this. So you will be able to learn this very quickly. But what is more important is you should decide what the metrics is. कितने ईमेल भेजने से एक पर्सन आपका मेंबर हो जाएगा. So these are clicks per 100, all that. There are many measurements. But what you have to remember is, if you don't measure, then you don't know whether you are succeeding. So this scorecard is very important. And if you're really interested in a growth scorecard at some point, at that stage, I'll step in and tell you where the course is, or where you can look at this. Next slide, please. So this is the sample of a growth card. Don't worry too much about it. See the amount of things that you look at and what you got to be chasing it. You got to be finding out whether all this works. I know it is a very bad slide, but just give you an indication what it is like. So next, please. Okay. Then now this is a very important thing. Then you must reach the Aha Accelerator. What is the Aha Accelerator? आप सब कुछ उनको बोलते रहेंगे, तो suddenly your customer will say, वाह, ये इसके लिए तो मैं इंतजार कर रहा था. अरे बताइए ना, कैसे करेंगे ये? And this I want to bring to my life. Now, unless you know the customer, you can't create that aha moment. And once this aha moment comes, that customer becomes your friend. He becomes your subscriber, your client, So that is the moment that you are looking for. How do I give you an example? This morning, to give you a very interesting example, this morning I met Mr. B.M. Singh, who is the one of the presidents of the Kisan Mazdoor Sangh. So he was telling me, sir, guide me, tell me how to we make our campaign successful. So then I suggested to him, see, your farmers should feel you are supporting them. Your farmers should feel that you are making them more efficient. Protest with the government is one thing, but if you want a longer relationship, the farmer should know how to be a very successful farmer. So I suggested to him, a course called Agreementer. We created a large number of people as agreementers. They should know everything about agriculture, what is useful, where is the information. And immediately said, is that possible? I said, yeah, it is possible. So we'll do it. So that's the kind of thing that I'm referring to. Next slide, please. So if you know what is an aha moment, here is a video again, which you can see at your own time. Because our course is so small, I can't cover all this. That's why I'm giving you more video links. Next, please. Then you create an action plan. इसमें आप अपने growth card देखो, उसमें बहुत metrics है. इसमें आप 3 key metrics लीजिए. फिर हो जाए ये 3 metrics, तो ये 3 measurements will take me further, to scale my business. So this one you have to make sure. Next, please. So now what is the key metrics? Again, I have given you a video. You can look at it. You can see it at your spare time. Next, please. Now comes the real specific steps. One, you have to have a bio link. What is a bio link? A bio link will give you all your links. Your link to your email, link to your website, link to your WhatsApp group, link to your Facebook. So once you have put your bio link out, anyone who knows you or anyone who wants to get in touch with you will be very easy for that person to connect you to your YouTube, whatever you want to say. And then you have to create your funnel. Funnel is what you look at, how do your customers come in? How do they link with you? And where do you find them? So that's the funnel. So again, funnel all needs a lot more, you need more lectures on that. So we'll have to have a much bigger, if you are serious, then we have to have a much bigger course or a program, or we must have a boot camp somewhere. So Sulfi and I will work on that. This was more to open your eyes and make you see what is possible. So then you have to create a one-page website. And this one-page website is the linking web, what we call the, just an expression, landing page. So landing, see, usually, we spend a lot of time creating a huge website. आपने देखा हर एक संस्था के पास इतनी वेबसाइट है, लेकिन आजकल की जनता ये सब नहीं पढ़ रहे. That attention span is gone. Unless you are a researcher, you will not go into a deep thing. So one-page website shows you, आपको क्या मिलेगा हमसे, और उसमें आपको links दिया जाएगा. फिर you look at one page, everything is clear. So, and there are agencies who make very good one-page websites. It's very easy to make, and we'll teach and train you into that maybe in another course. But you'll have to ask for all this, because we don't know what you are interested in, what you have time for. We don't know at this moment. So just keep in touch with Mindshare. Just keep telling us, this is what I'm looking for. Then you should have a video intro. What is a video intro? Instead of saying it, very many people like to listen to you rather than read. So, 2 minutes का या 3 minutes का introduction बनाइए अपना, लेकिन you speak into the camera. Say, sir, it's like a video letter. Say, sir, ये मेरा background है, ये मैं करना चाहता हूँ, ये मेरा काम है, ये तो can if you want to. So that's a video intro. Then you must have a system for email capturing. What is email capturing? You need to have a big following. You need to have lots of email addresses, whom do you address? So there is a way of capturing that email and storing it and keeping it. So one way of, so whoever you write an email to, they may reply, or you may conduct a webinar and people will reply, or you may actually do a Google questionnaire and the people will send their email to you. They will answer, it's a survey. So they answer your survey and then they send you. Then you should have a content calendar. What is a content calendar? You decide कि पूरे साल में मैं क्या लिखूँगा. तो Monday एक चीज, Tuesday एक चीज, Wednesday एक चीज, like that. Or this week हम ये करेंगे, next week करेंगे. This has to be well thought out and create a calendar. Then you need to get reviews and testimonies. What are reviews and testimonies? Somebody, people don't believe what you say. So there is somebody whom they know or somebody who is like them should say, this person is very good. ये deliver करता है, ये काम का आदमी है. And that testimony should be really nice, high flow. So we should be able to have. So these are called our assets. What are our assets? Bio link, funnel, one-page website, video, email capture, content calendar, reviews, and testimonies. So there are 7 things. Unless you have these assets, you cannot really do digital anything, digital marketing or digital something. You cannot do unless you have these things already with you. And these things are easy to make. There are many ways of. There are ready-made templates for this. All this can be given to you when we do our next larger and bigger course. I don't know when we'll do, and I don't know at what price we'll do, but keep in touch with Mindshare for that. Next slide, please. So when a customer is joining you, you have to give a customer about 4 offers. One is free. अब आइए आप एक फ्री वेबिनार कीजिए हमारे साथ, आपको कुछ नहीं देना, सुन लीजिए, आपको अच्छा लगे तो ठीक। एंड वो जो फ्री आपको सुनता है उनको फिर एक एयरली ऑफर दीजिए, उनको बोलिए 99 रुपीज़ में, 199 रुपीज़ में आप 3 दिन का एक कोर्स कर सकते हैं या ये कर सकते हैं, और ऐसा एक छोटा सा कोर्स डिफाइन कीजिए, बट अ कोर्स दैट विल मेक देम फर्दर, मेक देम more interested. Then make them a core offer, which is which will make them the real digital marketer that they want to be. And then you have a much bigger offer, which is called, which has a profit maximizer, so that they are tuned to and give you good money. Or they make you a retainer. अरे आप इतना अच्छा है तो हमारे साथ काम कीजिए ना. So today the Farmers Association was trying to tell me that आप आइए, आप हमारे साथ काम कीजिए. So I may or I may not take it, or I may say okay, make me a retainer, मैं 2 घंटे दिन में काम करूँगा आपके लिए. But these are details then to be worked out and established. So these are at least about 5 packages we need minimum. Next, please. So now how do you get that the other people addresses? One is you go into all your WhatsApp and send them a questionnaire. So they reply. In the questionnaire, they always, or send them something free which they can download. In the questionnaire, always there is question: what is your WhatsApp? What's your number and what is your email ID? So when you are all of a sudden किसी ने आपको आपका नंबर पूछा, ईमेल पूछा, आप देंगे नहीं है और देना भी नहीं है. बट व्हेन इट इज फ्रॉम ए नॉन व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, हो सकता है आप दे दे क्योंकि ये लोग को आप जानते हैं. तो ये किया. दूसरा है, देन यू गो इनटू ऑल द ईमेल ग्रुप्स एंड टेल देम कैन यू शेयर योर ईमेल विद मी, एंड you give them something, some kind of an offer. So that is how you enlarge your group. Next slide, please. So then what is your action plan? As we already said, you should have a niche. You should know what are you going to change, whom are you going to change, what is your, that is, goes without saying, we already mentioned that before. So, but that is the first point of the action plan. Then you understand the group dynamics, like इस group से कितने लोग आपसे इस तरह की करेंगे, and whether they will be happy with what you write or will they be doubtful, if they trust each other. So all this. Then you send an intro message. What is it all about? Why are you doing this? You say उनको क्या मिलेगा, आपको क्या मिलेगा. Make that clear. Then, but what is important is, what are people's pain points? What is the problem you are going to solve? वो कैसे लोगों को दुखी बनाते हैं वो problem. When you know this and when you can solve that, that is the aha moment. Then people say इतने साल से हम परेशान थे देख के, ये लोग अपने तरीके लाए, आइए आप आइए बोलिए कितने का होगा. And so then from that interaction you create a package. And then you should get other people to review it, and they should say on board, you are awesome, you done, it's a great thing, we didn't know that there was such a group existing and all that. So then other people will get interested. Next slide, please. Okay, so now if you have done that and you have created an action package, and now what happens is people will start, then now is the time to optimize. And how do you optimize? How do you optimize? One, you keep tracking. हमने सब कुछ खोला है, वेबसाइट खोला है, ईमेल ग्रुप बनाया है, all that. How is it going? So track. Are we making any money? लोग खरीद रहे हैं, लोग interest दिखा रहे हैं. So that is the tracking. Then you look at our क्या options है. अभी हम कुछ दिन ये चलाए हैं, तो options क्या है. Then you look at how much budget do I have. So within that budget can I do? No, options क्या होता है? You can advertise through Facebook, can advertise through video or YouTube. You can advertise through many means. So those are some of the options. Then you see how much result is coming and from where is the result coming. And जिसमें result आ रहे, do more of that. So that is the optimization process. So next slide, please. So then, how do you accelerate? Because you see what works. And so we start strengthening that. And then there is something called double down. I'm not very sure what it is. Maybe I will communicate to you. I intended to look up, but I forgot. And then you go scale it as maximum as you can. And then you have this slogan, like Olympics में बोलते ना, faster, in less, all that. So you decide, I am going to be faster and better than all my competitors, all my rivals. So that is, or even faster and better than myself So this flywheel is also actually, I should have sent you a link. I'll see if I can send you one because it's a very specific thing through which you can expand your customer base. Then there is something called one customer leading another. So if you have a very good, useful customer already with you, already part of you, try to get that person in. If not, let's make sure that you interact with customer faster. You interact with your clients a lot more, your customers a lot. Next slide, please. So after acceleration, what we are looking at is power charge. How do you power charge? One is you automate. How do you automate? You automate by, that your posts are sent on time, your email is spent on time, that you don't have to sit there and do it all the time. क्या करेगा? Then आपको और कुछ करने के लिए time नहीं मिलेगा. So there is a lot of automation. It's very fast, very increasing mechanism. People are improving a lot on this, so you should be able to automate. Then you outsource. There are a lot of people who are willing to work for you. And you don't have to keep them for life. You only need to give that specific work. I told you many times about Fiverr. There is, I think, upskill. Lots of groups who easily take work, or you ask somebody you know who will charge you less. So ask that person to delegate to that person that you are not always at fault. And especially when you are creating on a social work system, then make that person visible, that people see that person and say, okay, we can learn new things, we can start something new, that you can, then it becomes a possibility. Now I am trying to tell you something very revolutionary by this phrase, adjacent possible. You may not have heard this phrase before. The adjacent possible is when you are in a field and you are looking at many, many things. Then suddenly you see an opportunity which is adjacent to what you are doing, which is very common. Something happens. Like, so if you are observing for adjacent possible, and if you only, if you didn't do that, if you are not looking at adjacent possible, you know what will happen. You will become like another bureaucrat. You will say, "Acha, itna to हमारा permission था, itna to हमारा budget था, खत्म खत्म. Thank you very much." बात खत्म. But if you are looking for the adjacent possible, you look at people with potential. You look at initials with potential. You'll tell them that they can get back to you, but let my son finish this novel and you can come back. So we could do that. So this is the last thing that I wanted to add, the adjacent possible. These are people who come into your area and try to influence, come into area and try to still continue the marketing. So they'll say, everything is, you listen to everything now, it's time that you tell us. So she means, you do it online many times in the family, in the UX business, and then you proceed that way. So now I think the slides are over. Can I have the next slide? I don't think there is a next slide. No, there is no next slide. So friends, these are the 40 things you take. Now, in this, I may have told you that some of the things I don't remember what it was. There are at least 2 things. So if you ask me a question on that, I will say I will send it to you. But anything else, I will try to reach out to you, help you, explain things to you, and I will certainly like to show you your next path, which may not be free, may not be cheap, but this is you need to have people training you, otherwise you will not get the maximum out of this digital world. So anybody, now we can unmute, ask questions or questions through chat if you want. But if you want to speak to me, you can speak. And I like to hear voices. I like you to ask me direct questions. And we have time. We are working nearly 25 minutes now. And so let me know what interests you. And what you want to know more, what to tell you.
Thanks a lot, sir. And before anybody asks question, I request, I have sent 2 links in the chat box. One is the feedback form. Please fill that form so that we can get to know what are the issues, and if you have any, what are the feedbacks. And you can mention your name, or you can also skip it. That is not important, but please give your feedback so that we can improve it further. And the second one is the link. You have to give your details so that we can issue you the certificate, and please mention your official name which you want on the certificate. तो पहला लिंक है जिसमें आपको अपना फीडबैक देना है कि कैसे इसको इम्प्रूव करें और आपको और क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं। और दूसरा जो लिंक हमने दिया है उसमें आपको अपनी इंफॉर्मेशन देनी है, ताकि जो कि हम उसमें भी लास्ट क्लासेस के बाद हम सर्टिफिकेट इशू करेंगे, तो जो आपका नाम आपको सर्टिफिकेट पे चाहिए वो आप उस पर मेंशन कीजिएगा। और इसमें आपको अपनी फोटोग्राफ भी अपलोड कर देंगे, दैट विल बेटर, क्योंकि वो हम विल पुट दैट ऑन आवर वेबसाइट। एंड द डिटेल्स विल बी शेयर्ड विद द गवर्नमेंट, बिकॉज इस कोर्स में यूपी गवर्नमेंट इज द पार्टनर टू इट, so we will share the details with them. Okay, these are the students who have completed the course. So please इसको जल्द से जल्द भर देंगे तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। I'll be grateful. Now, if anybody wants to ask any question or any query, please unmute.
I also want to make an offer. Some of you missed the session on building a tribe, and that was because of a failure, a technical failure in communication, the mobile in which the mobile which had your information fell down and broke, and we couldn't immediately replace it with a proper one and get all that information. And so we couldn't send at that time. WhatsApp messages to you saying please join in. So if anybody wants that session repeated, please speak to
सर जो सर्टिफिकेट का लिंक है उस पे दिखा रहा है कि ऑलरेडी रिस्पॉन्डेड.
Sorry, what happened?
सर जो सर्टिफिकेट के लिए लिंक आपने सेंड किया है कि उस फॉर्म को फिल कर दीजिए, उसको हम क्लिक कर रहे हैं तो उस पे दिखा रहा है यू आर ऑलरेडी रिस्पॉन्डेड.
You are already. So we will look into that.
Okay. I think वो आप पिछली कोर्स में भी रहे होंगे, ठीक है, उसको मैं ठीक कर दे रहा हूँ.
हाँ,
आप सेशन के एंड में कर दीजिएगा उसको. हाँ,
ठीक है. So if anybody wants that session, the tribe building session repeated, please do speak to Sulfi, and I will be very happy to go over those points again. And in which those who already attended, if they want, they can repeat. That's not an issue. But that's only an offer from me. So anybody who's interested, let me know. If you think you missed it, then you. And so anyone wanting to talk, anyone wanting to say something, anyone wanting to. Satyam Chauhan, what is this picture? Your DP, what does it say? Is it a village or is it a place? Yeah, Satyam Chauhan. Do we know what it is? Can you unmute, Satyam? Satyam around? Maybe not. Maybe it's not there. Okay, no problem. So I am available. Tell me whatever you want to ask, you want to say, you want to comment, whatever you want to do, please tell me.
Sir, I have a question.
This is Yashvi. Okay.
Ji, sir. Sir, under the heading assets, you mentioned funnel. So, sir, can you please explain it in detail that how can we funnel the customers down? What will be the best strategy to do that?
No, the funnel is it's a very funny word actually.
Yes, sir.
Funnel is a tool or a method by which people collect your addresses.
Yes, sir.
And there are many ways of funneling, so it will be very difficult to explain that. I would suggest all of you look at funnel, look up funnel and see if you can get a clue to it. If not, let me try if I can get you a good video on that. Let me see if I can find a good video on that. But there are many people who are training you to how to create your funnel. So you're looking for, desperately looking for, I can find you. Yeah, I already found something. So I'll send that to you. I'll send the link to you. Sorry. What did I do? Okay. So, I made a mess of it. Wait a minute. Just give me one more second. I'll give you.
Sure, sir.
I'll just tell you what the funnel is.
Yes.
And then I'll also give you a link. So लोग सब इतना ग्रीडी हो गए, फाइल दिखा के वो जल्दी बंद कर देते हैं. Where are we? Funnel. Yes.
Shall I share the slide? चाहिए क्या?
नहीं, slide नहीं चाहिए. I'm looking at a definition of funnel. Let me get that first. I got it, but then all the marketing stuff came in. Okay, the digital marketing funnel is a strategic model that represents the entire buying of the persons from the moment they know your brand until the time they become customers. This concept is widely used among salespeople, but also become a fundamental resource for the success of marketing actions. So, and why I did not go in great detail into funnel is because its terminology is changing now. And so I didn't want to confuse you. But I will send you some links anyway, so that
Yes.
you have no confusion. Yeah, so
Yes.
you at least have some idea
Hmm.
how to do it. And wait a minute. And there are some very good YouTube on that. So I will make sure you get it. I'll make sure that Sulfi gets it and Sulfi will send it to you.
Yes, sir.
I'm putting one link right now on your chat, so you can try that if you can. Here it is. So that's a very explanatory piece. Yeah, there you are. So try this. You will know what funnel is.
Yes, sir. The link is visible now.
Yeah, go ahead. So this is your like. Actually, I should have done that for you because I knew this word wouldn't be that familiar. It's my calculation price. Yeah? So, but good that you asked. Good that I have given now everybody how to create a market funnel. So go ahead, and there are some resources on Google. You will notice that is international. They charge you dollars. So
Pardon, sir?
some of those links on how to make a funnel,
Yes, sir.
they would be from international groups, and they will charge you dollars for downloading things like that. Don't do that.
Yes.
You just let me know. I'll get you local, national people who are very good experts. So it is not as if that it is only available internationally. But Google में तो मालूम है ना वो they do it better. So उनका नाम पहले आता है. But let me know who wants to create their own funnel. Any other?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, but there was one more thing. Sir,
Yeah.
could you, if it's okay with you, could you please share your email ID and WhatsApp number in the chat box?
Then I am going to do both. I'm going to
Yes,
do
sir.
both. So please don't feel left out.
Yes, sir.
This is my email ID is augustinebj@gmail.com. Okay, and my phone number is 882-66-800-970. I will only say two things about contacting me. Number one is that if I don't immediately respond, don't imagine that I didn't. I have no love for you. I don't like. I consider it disturbance. Nothing like that.
Yes, sir.
It is that me and my family have gone through a major crisis, so we are trying to readjust ourselves. We are trying to do things. So we may take.
Sir, is everything okay now?
No, everything is okay. Everything is okay. So what I suggest is that you again remind me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, I had sent you something. You must have escaped you. So never never imagine that I deliberately avoided you. Secondly,
no.
just mention, sir, I have
No,
done.
sir, despite encountering so many problems in your life, you are still ready to help us. That's more than enough for us, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. In fact, helping you is what is keeping me alive. So that's also a favor to myself.
That means a lot, sir. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you.
Second thing is, you just mentioned that you were at that course.
Pardon, sir?
You just mentioned, when you first called me, you just mentioned sir, I did that course with you. That's why I'm writing.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Because what happens is, I know a lot of young people, they have similar names, they have similar, they have done similar courses. So I might, at that moment, or this person, I might think like that. But once I get a little hint of it, I will remember everything. Don't worry. I'll remember all the questions you asked me.
Yes, sir.
The
Sir, thank
second-
you so
The second thing which I'm afraid, and I should not be saying this, is I think I've started forgetting some things. Like the other day, I was staying. There was this celebrity who was a very good friend of mine. पर मैं उसका नाम नहीं बता रहा था.
Mhm.
He was my great friend. How did I forget his name? So that sounded very stupid. But now I'll tell you his name. You will all like him. He's a fantastic guy. Unfortunately, he's no more. This is Farooq Sheikh.
Okay, sir.
And
Yes.
Farooq Sheikh इतना अच्छा दोस्त था, मैं आपको बता नहीं पाऊंगा. Every year the first birthday wish came from Farooq Sheikh.
Wow, that's great, sir.
Not
Glad
from
to
my
know.
family, not from my friends, but from Farooq. And every year the first Christmas greeting came from Farooq Sheikh.
That's sweet.
I just couldn't beat that affection that he had for me. And
Yes.
so one day I happened to be in Bombay, and I was staying in a hotel called Sea Princess in Juhu. So I just sent him a message saying, Farooq, I'm here. If you're free, drop by and all that. Then within no time, I got a message saying, Augustine 3:30, I'll be at Sea Princess. So 3:30, 3:25, I came down to the reception and to the main gate. I thought, if Farooq Sheikh comes in, we shouldn't just walk in like that. I should escort him and all that. And so I was waiting, and then I was looking at all the modern cars that came in. He didn't come in any of those. He came in an auto rickshaw. And he just got down and came and stayed, put his hand on my shoulder. That's when I realized Farooq is right there. He would not have been offended if I was not standing down for him. He would have looked me up. So
Yeah.
that was the kind of person he was. So,
Yeah.
so I forgot his name, and I said at the next available opportunity I'll tell him. And I must tell you why we chose Farooq Sheikh in preference to many other actors we knew, because Farooq Sheikh's understanding of Islamic theology is great. So he traveled with us to many Muslim majority areas. He talked to people. He talked to the scholars of Islam on same wavelength, same feature. So it was great to have him, but at the same time, he was a darling of everybody. And all of us, all other religions also respected him so much because he was such a fabulous person and such a fantastic actor and all that. And the one place I took him was Varanasi, and in Varanasi, the commissioner gave us the privilege of watching the Aarti from the VIP box.
Okay.
तो हम दोनों बैठे थे. Everybody was staring at him and they were wondering ये उनके बगल में कौन सा चमचा बैठा है. And I also was waving at everybody, but it was great fun for watching him. And in true wonder, he was enjoying that Aarti. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
And
that-
he was so full of life, sir. He had a great personality.
He was.
Very jolly and very lively.
Very jolly. In fact, the jolly part or the sensitive part or the human part of it, I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you an incident. We were, this polio, when the polio days, the polio session starts around 7, 8 a.m. and it goes on till 2 o'clock. And we were in the field, mohallas, trying to talk to people.
Yeah.
But 2 बजे के बाद हम लोग free हो जाते हैं. So we were free and we are also feeling hungry. Actually, we are staying at the Taj में जब खाना अच्छा मिलता था. But we are also feeling hungry. So हमने एक shop देखा, which was half sweet shop and half puri and bhature and all that. तो Farooq Sheikh से यहीं खा लेते हैं. So I said चलते खा लेते. So we went and sat there and we ordered food. And very quickly they brought everything and we ate very simple ordinary things and we got very nice sweet and all that. So then I went to pay to the dukandar. He said, no way I will take this payment. I said, don't. कह रहे हैं फारूक साहब आए बैठे हमारी दुकान में, इससे बड़ा क्या हो सकता है,
हाँ
हम नहीं लेंगे पैसे। तो ऐसे अगर आपने में पहचान लिया तो अब आके नहीं बात क्यों नहीं किया हम लोगों से। सो इसे नहीं नहीं हम मुझे मालूम था आप लोग आएंगे आखिरी में। तो so Farooq Sheikh said no, but this is your bread. How can you not to take money? So he said नहीं सर रोज तो फारूक शेख नहीं आते हैं। तो so we said all right, thank you very much. And I thought okay, एक अच्छा जस्टर था वाराणसी के पहले आदमी से। I hadn't thought much high of it. But next day Farooq Sheikh and I landed up at his shop with a cake from Taj Hotel.
Okay.
He said, this is for your children. And Farooq had paid for it, not UNICEF. So even a small favor had to be returned.
Yes.
So this is a very simple incident, but a very nice incident of his life.
Sir, so glad that you are sharing all these special moments with us.
There are so many special
Yes.
moments. Sharmila Tagore holds me in such a high esteem. So someday I will tell about her. Another training, another meeting. I briefed Amitabh Bachchan for 1 hour, and on polio. And Amitabh was such a nice student. He called me sir. He saw me out of the. He received me. He saw me out of the thing, and everybody. A lot of people think Amitabh Bachchan is such a proud and arrogant person. No way. He was so humble, and the way he participated in that discussion, it was just amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah.
So, even in their greatness, they are so humble. And I remember that 1 hour with him. It was amazing. He was a student, 100% student in front of him. He was not being arrogant. He was not being a superstar. And he told me some things you should know. When you do it through me, you should be very careful, sir, because just because it is Amitabh Bachchan, somebody will object to it. All that he told me. So that is when mine has been mine has been a very privileged life. I've met so many of nice people in this world, and so many good things have happened through me. So I feel very, very privileged.
These are all God's blessings, sir. God
I
has showered you with His choicest blessings.
Absolutely, very, very grateful. I do consider great blessings, and my late wife, her name was Grace, and there has been a lot of grace from God to me, including my marriage. There's a lot of grace from God showered on me.
Yes, that's such a sweet way of putting it. Sir, in the background, I can see a cross over there. It makes me so nostalgic because I have studied in a school जो कि Christian था. So it makes me so nostalgic to see that cross there, and मतलब इतनी सारी memories याद आ जाते हैं इसको देख के.
Actually, I have grandchildren. They're twins.
Yeah.
And they're just 2 years old. And from he was a little less than 1. My grandson used to go and somehow stare at this cross, and I always felt he was praying, or he knew this was something very special.
Yeah.
And, which we could not explain because he's just 1 year old. We have not told anything about religion.
Yeah.
But he used to do that, and so there is something about it. I had once gone to Florida to do an international workshop. Not once, I went twice. And I met a Mexican friend there.
Okay.
A Mexican lady, friend there. And so I wanted to give her a gift from India. So what I gave her was a beautiful wooden statue of Durga, and I tried to explain, what Durga means to India, what Durga means to women in India.
Mhm.
And I saw the thrill in her, just to get it.
Yeah.
Then she gave me a very valuable statue of the Our Lady of Guadalupe, who is extremely venerated in Mexico. People go on their knees for miles to reach Guadalupe Basilica. And so she gave me a picture of her. And so the way she took Durga from India and the way I took Our Lady of Guadalupe from her, it just shows all these are one, and we, the qualities the Christians
Yes.
value in Mother Mary is valued by millions of people in India through many depictions of goddesses,
Yes.
be it Durga, be it Parvati, be it Saraswati, that enormous amount of devotion people have on this. And if anybody have a relevant question, otherwise I might tell you another story. Anybody has a relevant question, I don't want you to. Stories can be said later also. Anybody has a question, otherwise I'll just tell you one.
सर मुझे पूछना है, आज का कुछ सेशन का पार्ट मेरा से मिस हो गया क्योंकि उस वक्त मैं अवेलेबल नहीं थी, तो उसका मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा?
I'll give you a private question.
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू.
So I was trying to tell you about something. I was telling about goddesses and all that. There is a spot in Kerala. It's a place called Kodungalur. And in Kodungalur, Kodungalur is a very important place in the history of the world. That's where Vasco da Gama landed. But more importantly, that is where the first masjid, the first mosque was established outside Arabia. And that mosque was established when the Prophet was alive. So you can imagine now, the very first mosque in the history of outside Arabia was in India, and that too in a place like that. And what is so amazing about that mosque, that masjid, which is still there, anyone can go and see it, pray there. It was a small museum, you can know the history. But what is so interesting about that masjid is, that masjid is very next to a temple of goddess, which is one of the most popular temples of South India. People come from all the South Indian states to meet the goddess there. So when I went there, I asked on both sides. I asked at the mosque, at the masjid, as well as at the temple. Like Asibadi, where is Devi Ji ka mandir kahan? So there is with so much affection telling, sir, yahi to hai. Ab jaiye. Or at the mandir, I used to ask them, "Oh, masjid kahan hai?" They will say, "Sir, yahi to hai." आपका दर्शन हो गया तो आप वहीं चलिए. So this is the sum total of India. I feel
Yes.
a temple like that and a mandir and a masjid like that.
Yeah.
And
This is what true
both
India
places-
is.
In both places, I found so much of respect for each other and
Yes.
so much of that what we say in the constitution, fraternity.
Yes.
I see so much of that. So when very often people try to tell us, oh, किसी ने वो छोड़ के ये बनाया, ऐसा नहीं है. ये जो मस्जिद पहले बनाए बड़े प्यार से बनाए, कोई लड़ाई नहीं. Nobody came to attack, nobody was asked. Somebody went and asked for a mosque to the Prophet himself, and the Prophet made sure that India got its first mosque.
Yeah.
So it is like that.
Yeah.
So we should keep that spirit alive. And remember this place. It is called Kodungalur. Very historic place. It is not very far from Cochin. So if you are ever in Kerala, most people, tourism literature and all may not say this, and all this modern tourism facilities may not highlight this, but do visit Kodungalur, visit this temple. And what is interesting is if you go a little more further, you'll also find a very beautiful church. And so the story is so complete there. Church
Yes.
is a little further away, but if you ask St. Thomas Church, but it's a very, very beautiful church. And it's almost a replica of the church in Rome. So you will enjoy that also.
Yeah.
This is the best of India.
Yes, I would love to go and visit there sometime. So
Yes, Ashvi, I hope I can host you there.
sure, sir.
Because I am from this beautiful place called Munnar.
Munnar.
My house is in Munnar.
Okay.
It is one of the best hill stations in the world. So my house is on the way to Munnar.
Yeah.
So when you go, if you decide to go, I might be around there. Just tell me. So I have come. Take me to Kodungalur. You say.
Sure, sir.
सर हम लोग को इनविटेशन दे रहे हैं क्या कि हम लोग आए वहां पर?
You could take it that way. But only thing is, mostly I live in Delhi, so you make sure that I'm there when you come.
हाँ सर, नेक्स्ट टाइम जरूर हम लोग आएंगे और सबके सब पार्टिसिपेट सारे.
Promise.
पक्का.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else want to say something good, bad or ugly?
ये जो सेशन आज एंड है क्या, इसका दोबारा फिर से ये सेशन होगा या फिर
इस सेशन नहीं होगा. मैंने कहा था वो ट्राइब वाला मैं करना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि वो कई लोग मिस किया तो उनका गलती नहीं था, टेक्नोलॉजी के गलती था, इसलिए मैं I don't want to deprive them of that. If anybody wants it, and if Sulfi can organize it, I will be happy to do it.
बाकी ये पूरा सेशन नहीं होगा, सिर्फ वो ट्राइब्स वाला सेशन ही होगा.
Yeah, that's what I said. So if you have to run this course again, then it is another course. Endlessly we will be doing that. We may repeat this course, who knows? I don't know if Sulfi plans to repeat this. And if you repeat, we can always say those who attended it earlier may come in free. You may also join. You could make that offer, because in a Zoom there is no limit to people who can join. So we could invite more people. If somebody wants to repeat this, it can be done. And Ranjana, you could also individually, if somebody contacts you, could also tell them about those courses in GST, which they might find very useful.
जी सर.
Yeah. But anyway, I've given you my email ID and I've given you my phone number. So please feel free to contact me. So Manisha, मैंने आपकी आवाज ही नहीं सुना है, कुछ तो बोलो.
I have a request to make. Now the link is working, so please fill both the forms. Yes, please fill both the forms. If you don't fill one form, you don't get a certificate. And what is the other form for? It is a feedback. If you don't give us the feedback, we will never improve. So Manisha, I think, is too shy to speak, or she's not there. Soumya, I remember you very well. Mohammed, I remember you very well. Bhavana, did we ever talk?
No, sir.
No, sir. So tell us who you are. What do you do? अब क्या करते हैं, कहाँ से आप? Bhavna, are you trying to unmute yourself? No, you haven't. Yeah, you have. Good. Tell us, Bhavna. Where are you from? आप क्या करते हैं, कहाँ से हैं? और हमारा लेक्चर कैसे लगा ये भी बताइए।
लेक्चर बहुत ही यूजफुल था सर। सर हम मिर्जापुर से हैं।
आप कहाँ से भावना?
सर मिर्जापुर से।
हाँ, मिर्जापुर से।
यस सर।
वो आप तो देवी जी के चरणों से हैं, है कि
यस
नहीं?
सर।
है कि नहीं? You know, a long time ago when I came to मिर्जापुर, और मैंने बहुत बच्चों को देखा जो स्कूल में नहीं है, तो मैं वहाँ के लोगों से पूछा, उस देवी को तो आप मानते हैं, इन देवियों का क्या होगा जो स्कूल नहीं जा रहे हैं?
यस सर।
But Mirzapur is a very nice place. I like that place. Very good people.
यस सर।
Yes. Good told. आप अपना थोड़ा अनम्यूट कीजिए। I think the tool is not there. Yes, we have already talked to Sonia. Yes, good told. Waiting for you. Tell me.
Hello, sir.
Hello. To tell me where are you from? आपको हमारी क्लास कैसे लगे? और हेलो।
Hello, sir.
हाँ,
Actually, Butul is our research associate in the staff.
क्या है बुटोर? हेलो।
Butul is a research associate with us in Mindshare.
Okay, she's with us already, so we can talk to her anytime. Good, then I won't ask her to speak now. We'll speak to her later. Satyam. Satyam, can you unmute?
Yes, sir.
First of all, tell me what is your DP? ये क्या चीज है? ये बहुत सारे घरे देख रहे हैं. Is this a village or is this a what is it?
Yes, sir.
ये आपको फोटोग्राफ में पूछ रहा हूँ, ये क्या है? It's very nice. आप कहाँ चले गए?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, अच्छा, you are, yeah, tell me. पहले अपना डीपी के बारे में बताया. Very intrigued, very nice. Yeah, that's what I meant. इतना सुंदर लग रहा है.
Yes, sir.
Is it a village?
सर मैं इसको जान.
हैं?
हाँ सर.
ये आपका गांव है?
नहीं सर.
What is it?
वैसे सर मतलब पिक है सर.
क्या है?
ये रैंडम सेलेक्ट.
वैसे मतलब जैसे
नहीं, I like your taste. It's nice. और आप कहाँ पर है? सत्यम, आप कहाँ पर है? हैं? आप कहाँ
सर
से?
वैसे जैसे फेसबुक पर हमें अच्छी लगी तो हम लगा दिए हैं सर.
कोई बात नहीं, वो ठीक है. I saying I like your taste. Okay, आप बताइए आप कहाँ से हैं और आप क्या करते हैं, क्या सीखते हैं?
सर हम अयोध्या से हैं सर और हम बीएससी एग्रीकल्चर से पढ़ाई करते हैं सर.
हम लोग बात किए थे ना, मैंने आपको बोला था मैं फैजाबाद आया हूँ, एग्रीकल्चर कॉलेज आया हुआ है. शायद हम लोग बात किए थे फर्स्ट वन ऑफ दोस लेसन्स आई थिंक.
वो शायद विकास जी की थी सर आपने.
हैं?
वो विकास जी थे शायद.
ओ विकास नहीं, अच्छा. बट विकास इज इन बांदा, राइट?
I am also from Banda. Vikas is my classmate.
तो आप फैजाबाद से लेकिन बांदा में पढ़ रहे हैं.
यस सर.
और बांदा से फैजाबाद पढ़ रहे हैं, कैसे?
क्लासमेट है सर विकास के, बांदा टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी है ना जो एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी, वहां पर है।
ये
बांदा एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी है सर, यूपी कैडेट के थ्रू मिलती है।
okay, good, good. You know, Satyam and Vikas, na, I may have a special say. I may specially contact you for something. Because I had a meeting with these farmer leaders today. So I might ask you for some help from you. And who is this person? This is Siddiqua Khan. Who is this?
Sir, I am from Lucknow.
You're from Lucknow. Lucknow में कहाँ से आप?
सर लखनऊ में लखनऊ यूनिवर्सिटी में एमएससी जूलॉजी से
और
डिपार्टमेंट
लखनऊ में आप कहाँ रहते हैं?
सर अमीनाबाद।
आप अमीनाबाद रहते हैं। हाँ, वो गड़बड़ जाला सब देखे आपने?
यस सर।
हाँ, मैं भी बहुत घूमे उसके अंदर और सारे कबाब भी खाए मैंने। I know. I live में लखनऊ में 11 साल रहे।
अच्छा।
लखनऊ छोड़ा हूँ, लेकिन लखनऊ मुझे नहीं छोड़ा है। Very nice place, very nice. You know, so much of culture there, so much of बहुत कुछ है लखनऊ। So you are a privilege to be born in Lucknow.
Yes.
And that too, Aminabad, fantastic place.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, that is really the heart
Yeah.
and soul of Lucknow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, great. And what are you studying? You said?
Sir, MSc Zoology in University of Lucknow.
Zoology. Okay, I got that.
Yes, sir.
Did I talk to Manisha? Manisha, are you around?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, बोलिए ना, आप कहाँ से हैं, आप क्या करते हैं?
सर लखनऊ से हैं।
लखनऊ में कहाँ से है?
लखनऊ में ठाकुरगंज से सर।
ठाकुरगंज कहाँ पड़ता है? मैं भूल गया।
तो चौक के पास पड़ता है।
चौक के पास ही। अच्छा, ठीक है। मैं लखनऊ में 3 जगह रहा।
जी सर।
मैं अलीगंज में रहा और मैं नहीं 2 ही जगह रहा। मैं अलीगंज में रहा और इंदिरा नगर में रहा। हाँ, गंज में मैं थाने के सामने रहा। थाने वाले को बहुत डर था, इसलिए मैंने सोचा मैं साथ रहूं। फिर तो मैं इंदिरा नगर में आई वॉज इन कल्याण अपार्टमेंट। अगर कभी उस साइड आप गए तो। और माय ऑफिस वाज इन सो मेनी प्लेसेस। हम लोग निराला नगर में थे, फिर हम लोग कहाँ चले गए, बहुत जगह गए। आखिरी में गोमती नगर। लेकिन लखनऊ के इतने यादें हैं, इंक्लूडिंग वन मिस्टर सुल्फी। मैं लखनऊ में ही मिला था इनको। Okay, then can we close today? Thanks for everybody for being such lovely people. And if I find something more interesting to share with you, I might send it through. Sulfi will circulate that. And please, any doubts, questions, ask me. Anything that you want to know, send me an email. Send me that number I have given is my WhatsApp number, so you can try that. And so that is what it's all about. So, you know, but you should all become digital enterprises. ये मौका नहीं खोना चाहिए। आप कुछ भी करो, कुछ भी आप स्पेशलाइज करो, लेकिन आपका डिजिटल फंडा सही होना चाहिए। ये मिस्टर बातम, और how do you spell this? How do you pronounce this? Yes, Batam. We talked actually. Hello. such a colorful DP. Yes, in his DP, somebody who doesn't want to face us. Are you unmuting? No. No. Okay. I'll meet you another time. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
No, okay. So, Sulfi, perfect. You can end it. I think Sulfi bhi chala gaya. All right, everybody, I'm leaving.